occurred to me that might be some people out there who don't know how to siphon a tank. So today, that's what we're doing. We're siphoning my 45-gallon Cichlid tank. It's been a little while since it's been siphoned. The point of siphoning is to get the detritus, which means fish debris. This is white sand, and you can see that it's not all white because that's not all sand. To get the fish debris out of there, and also at the same time to do a water change. We'll do this step by step. The first thing that we're going to do is we're going to take out all of the rocks and materials. Next, we're going to pull out the sponge filters and clean them. And yeah, we'll get back with you once everything's taken out. Okay, everything's out of the tank except for a few rocks and the sponge filters. Since I'm doing this with one hand, I've already detached the airline and the little tube. And this part, listen up, it's really important. When you are wringing this out or rinsing it out and or rinsing it into the bucket, remember that you've got beneficial bacteria in there. If you do this in a bucket filled with tap water, the chlorine is going to kill off a good deal of the beneficial bacteria. Instead, you want to take your siphon out some of the water, not really dirty water because you're going to be rinsing it in there, just off the top, and then rinse it in there like this. A lot of times, I'm not doing it this time because I'm only doing it one-handed, but I've got some big old gallon bags, and I'll put the gallon bags into the water, fill them up, sink the gallon bags down there to it, then gently pick this up and put it into the gallon bag, which has been filled with water, and then pull the gallon bag slowly up and out of the water so a lot of the detritus that's in here doesn't spoil the tank. But since I'm doing this one-handed right now, I'm just going to put the bucket right up against the tank, and I'm just going to slowly pull this up and out, and then quickly straight to the bucket. So here we go. We got this guy real slowly. Up and out. Okay, now he's fully out of the water and quickly into the bucket. And this time, I'm not even really going to rinse. I'm just going to give him, I guess I am rinsing. Okay, good hard squeeze into the water here. Just giving him a good rinse. That's really all you got to do. That takes care of that. Drain, and give him another good squeeze. So he's not out of the water, so he's not soaking up all that dirty water. Boom. Okay. He's all set. Now I'm going to put him back over here with all the stuff. Here's all the stuff sitting out. There's a couple things that are covered in algae, so we're going to get those cleaned up next. So let's get to that here. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this bucket, which is now really dirty. I'm going to dump that water out, siphon out a little bit more water, do the same thing with that one. Alright, after I'm done with that, then I'm going to show you the cleaning up of the algae, and then after the algae's cleaned up, then we're going to get to siphoning, I believe. Okay, so everything's out aside from a few stones. Everything's sitting over there, just ready to go. At this point, generally, I would siphon, but recently I had my pleco. He died. I'm not sure how he died. He was a little pleco. My guess is it was fish aggression. It's really odd that cichlids would pick on a pleco, but the pleco's dead. I found his carcass, and I was really, not just like kind of stupid, not just stupid, I was really stupid. Stupid and lazy. I just let the carcass sit there for the fish to eat. That was so stupid of me to do. I think that's probably why this guy's got the bloat. My biggest fish. He's all bloated up. I was so stupid. But anyway, now he's in his salt and colloidal silver bath, and I'll be feeding them garlic juice drenched food for however long it takes or until he dies. But here is a razor blade. It's not clean. It's not new. I'm going to take this razor blade and I'm going to scrape. Watch out, guys. And I'm going to scrape just like that. And you can see the algae comes right off. I don't know if you actually can see that or not. See how there's algae right there? And now there's not algae there. So I'm going to do that to the whole tank. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to do the siphoning, I believe. And then after that, after I'm done with the siphoning, then I'm going to refill the tank and put everything back in it, and it'll be good to go for probably another month. Really what I should be doing is pretty frequent water changes, especially since we got a sick fish in here. When I say pretty frequent, I mean like 10 to 20% water changes, maybe every other day, every 3 days or so. And definitely a 50% water change once a week until they're all better. I'm not sure that I'll do that. That's what I should do. Anyway, we'll get back with you here in a minute. I don't know if I'm going to be able to siphon and videotape at the same time, but here we are. We got the clip. It's a little clipperoo. Clips on the side of the bucket. Hose is attached. Comes up. My little primer valve has an in and an out, so you know which way to put it all together. Here's the siphon. If you've seen from my other videos, this is the exact same thing that I used as my egg tumbler for these little guys when they were just the tiniest little newborn babies. So let's see if I can siphon and videotape at the same time. So let's get this thing primed up. Generally takes a bunch of pumps for it to really get going. I don't know if you can hear that, but you can hear that it's going. And then it's just like mowing the yard. You go in a line and you get up as much of the crap as you can. You can see it going right up in there. Sand's going too. But hopefully a lot of the sand falls and the detritus ends up in the bucket with the crap water. Sorry, I'm not doing a very good job at videotaping. So as you can see over here, it's nice and clean. Over here, not as clean. Now you really got to focus because you don't want for the bucket to fill up and you not notice, and then you have crap all over your floor. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to focus right now, and I'm going to get as much of this up as I possibly can. Here's the tank siphoned out for the most part. As you can see, it's much cleaner than it was before. And we're under 50%. This is probably about a 55%, maybe 60% water change. You got to remember that this tank isn't empty. It's got a good amount of space being taken up by rocks and things. And while I was in here, I found some more of the carcass of my pleco. So I've got a shot of redemption here. So I'm going to take him, what's left of him, and we're taking him to the toilet, throwing him out. This is also, looks really gross. It's not like my poop looks like that, or I had explosive crappers all over the darn crapper. It's just that this is where all the fish, the bad fish water goes, and where the remainder of this pleco's body is going. So there's that. good rinse. A good rinse and plenty of running water. Now he's been rinsed. We'll put him aside for a little bit. Where's aside? We'll put him aside over there. There he is. He's aside. Okay. So now, as you can see, we're good to go. The next thing I'm going to do here is I'm going to lift all those rocks up and out of the sand so that they're exposed. Then I'm going to clean off the algae. From this guy right here, you can see some algae right there. Just with an old toothbrush. And any algae that might be on him. And then I'm going to set up a new jungle gym. A new rock playground. A new Zen garden for my fish. Alright. Okay, so everything's been siphoned out. And things are put back together. So I made a rock island. I put the coral piece in the middle, and then stacked rocks on one side, stacked these rocks on the other. None of them are touching the glass. All of them are having their weight distributed over the sand so that the bottom glass doesn't crack. And I tried to make it so that it's pretty easy to get in one side. And the only way out is going up and out. So everything's all enclosed except for that spot right there for everybody. It's a pretty big hole. I might find one of these rocks here and pile up to close up that hole. And then there's a few holes here and a few holes there. And a nice swim through. It's really cloudy right now, right in the back, which Big Yellow is about to swim right through. These 5 buckets are about 90% full. It's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 gallons, probably about 22 gallons. It wasn't quite enough. Something that's really, really important about doing water changes is these buckets. You want to fill them up and then let them sit for 24 hours. You let them sit for 24 hours and all the chlorine will evaporate out. You can treat the water if you would like to, and then they don't have to sit out for 24 hours. But unless you're going to be really, really diligent about, why is that fish freaking out? He's like getting himself in there and then just going nuts. And he chills out as soon as he's out. How weird. If you're really, really diligent about using purified water or distilled water, or using a specific product every time that you do a water change to make sure that all of your different parameters are all exactly perfect, which is great for the cichlids. They will grow faster and be healthier and happier that way. My water quality here has about the right pH and the right alkalinity. Well, I guess is alkalinity and pH the same thing? What I mean is it has the right pH and it also has the right hardness, just about. And every time I do a water change, they're receiving the exact same kind of water that's been dechlorinated. That way it is uniform across the board. I hope this video has been helpful. If it has, look at those fish freaking out, man. Weirdos. Send me a song and a prayer. Ask the Lord to bless me, prosper me, and to cause these videos to be even more and more informative for you. And a like and a comment sure goes a long way. Y'all, eat your vegetables. Here's the tank the next morning. It's nice and clear. The fish are getting used to their swim-throughs. It's quite beautiful if you ask me. The only thing left undone here is the water's not all the way to the top because it's only been about 12 hours that the water's been sitting, so later tonight it'll be topped off and good to go. Thanks for watching.